Hi, I'm First Alert Chief Meteorologist Stephen Bowers. I am tracking a little bit of a change in our forecast that is going to be a more rainy change for us here in western Colorado. And this all arrives as Santa Claus is making his rounds on Christmas Eve night and into Christmas Day. The lead up to this is warm. I'm talking record-breaking warm. The high temperature on our Monday was 63 degrees. That absolutely shatters the record high temperature of 54 degrees that was set 15 years ago in the year 2010. And we have more record warmth in the forecast for Tuesday. I'm forecasting 61 degrees. That would break the record of 60 degrees. We're not as close to the record since it's a little higher on Wednesday. But then on Christmas Day, the record of 60 degrees is at least going to be a near miss here, with 59 degrees my forecast for Christmas Day. And this comes with periods of rain on Christmas, not only around Grand Junction, but across most of western Colorado. On the mountains nearby, there can be some snow first thing Christmas morning. That's likely to change to rain, however, as the day progresses. I'm talking in places like maybe Aspen and even Telluride. But here on the western slope in the valleys, we're looking at more likely rain. Cold rain, but rain nonetheless, with high temperatures in the middle and upper 50s. Morning lows will be in the low to mid 40s, so that's plenty warm. Enough for rain as opposed to snow. You get up into the mountains and things dry out by the time you get to about Vail and Buena Vista and even Salida. You get out to the eastern plains, and from the front range to the plains, expect highs in the 60s and 70s with generally dry conditions under mostly sunny to partly cloudy sky. We've got what is called an atmospheric river flowing in off the Pacific Ocean. That's a streak of wind that is just loaded with water, and it's dumping that water into parts of Northern California, Nevada, and even into parts of Idaho. This map shows us moisture, and these deeper blues along California's coast and out into the Pacific is where the moisture is more abundant. And what I want to point out on this particular graphic is that that moisture spreads in our direction as early as Wednesday. A stray shower wouldn't surprise me Wednesday, but the bulk of the rain will hold off until Wednesday night when we have a little bit more energy in the upper levels of the atmosphere. There still is plenty of moisture on Thursday morning, Christmas morning. It does start to break up a little bit Christmas afternoon, but you notice there's more moisture back here to our south and west, and this is likely heading in our general direction into Friday. So while we may get that little bit of a break late Thursday and into early Friday, I do expect that we have some more moisture on our way. Watch our futurecast here. It keeps the rain to our west throughout Tuesday. And it does show that potential for a couple of showers early on Wednesday, but the bulk of the rain, as I say, stays well west of us through Wednesday evening. Here we are at 11 p.m. with rain and even mountain snow setting up west of us over much of Utah. Now, this is as far out as our high-resolution futurecast goes. So as we move forward, this is going to switch to the long-range version of our futurecast, and we see the rain really picking up and taking over from Wednesday night through Thursday. You see that partial drying Thursday afternoon into Friday, and then by Friday night, more valley rain is picking up while we get snow up in the high country. This valley rain, though, may change to snow overnight and especially into Saturday. So we may start Saturday with areas of snow, maybe changing to rain before it shuts down by Saturday afternoon. Our Tuesday morning lows are going to be in the low to mid 60s. That's awfully mild for this time of year. And then our high temperatures are going to be in the upper 50s to lower middle 60s, and again, likely in record territory for our Tuesday afternoon, just 2 days before Christmas. These temperatures, though, do gradually step down from lower 60s around Grand Junction on Tuesday and Wednesday to middle and upper 50s by the time we get to Thursday and Friday. And then we move back into the 40s by the time we get to this weekend. Expect temperatures in the mornings in the low to mid 40s for lows, easing back to 20s and 30s over the weekend. In Montrose, it's upper 50s, middle and upper 50s, in fact, through Christmas Day. We'll step down to lower 50s on Friday, and then lower middle 40s in the forecast over the weekend and up through next Monday. That cooling is still unseasonably warm, however. Morning lows are going to be in the upper 30s to lower 40s, easing back to 20s and lower 30s over the weekend. And then in Delta, it's lower 60s for forecast highs on Tuesday and Wednesday. We'll ease back to middle and upper 50s on Thursday and Friday, and then 40s are in the forecast over the weekend. Morning lows will be in the upper 20s and lower 30s through the rest of this week, and then we'll drop back to 20s and lower 30s through the weekend. And in Cortez, the high temperature tomorrow will be near 62 degrees. Expect middle 50s, low to mid 50s generally from Wednesday through Friday. We'll cool down to 40s over the weekend and keep it there from Monday, even with some slight warming there. Morning lows will be in the mid to upper 30s through Friday morning, and we'll ease back through the 20s over the weekend.